So thank you very much for having us on this AMA today. I'm Kiwi Princess, and we're joined by myself and also the founder of Monahano, Reneki, to present to you Monahano. So Monahano is a project that is launched on the Solana blockchain, and it's a collection of mysterious dreamers that are taking holders on a very unique journey. So firstly, the project is exploring Web3 literary and art spaces by building a novel franchise. And as well as that, Monahano is launching a creator hub to support creators and to help fans connect with creators. So we're really driven by our art and community, and we're all about exploring imagination, and we really exist to challenge the status quo. The word Monahano actually means, it's a verb, and it means the act of dreaming, the act of thinking, and the act of imagining. And that's in the Sesotho language. So we're really all about imagination and dreaming. We have actually already started minting. And you can actually mint Monahano on Hyperspace right now. And yeah, that's a little rundown of the project. We've been building since about February of this year, so it's been several months in the making. I know building in a bear has its own unique challenges, but I think we're a little bit different to other projects in the sense that we have a unique business structure that means that, the project keeps thriving and keeps going, and we have the funds to keep building no matter what. And so, yeah, that's a little rundown of Monahano. I'm not sure, do I go on and give more of a description, or would you like to ask the question first to get it going?
Yeah, no, it's interview style. So no worries there. That's a great introduction. My first question's always, tell us a little bit about the project. So you dove right in on that. Thank you. No, I kind of wanted to learn a little bit more about your all's background to kind of give us a little bit of elaboration on what your all's backgrounds were and what brought you into the Web3 space. Were you born in the Web3 space? Have you been here for a while? What kind of backgrounds do you guys have?
I always get really excited to talk about our team background because we have such an incredible and diverse team with so many amazing talents. The founder, Reneki, is actually a professional chemist. And as well as that, she's also a full-time degen, is what I would say, has been hardcore in NFTs, especially Solana NFTs, for a very long time, a proper OG. And as well as that, has worked in a number of communities as a community manager and as a moderator in several projects on Immutable X. I'm not sure if you know Immutable X. It's like a layer 2 in ETH and also in Solana. As well as that, you have the co-founder, Miss Purple, who is not on the AMA today. And she is an incredible, multi-talented person who is in fact a professional radio host. And as well as that, is a writer and works in media and in fashion as well. And she, as well as someone who is a community manager on several projects. So I'm sure you know Galverse. You will find her in the Galverse Discord as a community manager over there. And as well as that, she works for a number of projects in ETH. And also is a podcast host for something called Bankless Africa. So she's a super talented person, and she is really leading a lot of the creative writing for the project, and is leading a lot of the creative vision for Monahano. Then you have myself. I am operations and project manager, and I work as a professional project manager, actually. I work in Web 2. I project manage sort of 8-figure projects, in innovation and infrastructure. And that's a little bit about the team. And I'm someone as well who's been involved in NFTs for a very long time. And again, so I'm definitely more of a Solana head, and the co-founder, Ms. Purple, is definitely more of an ETH head. And then we have our 2 artists as well, who are established one-of-one artists on ETH. You can look them up. Their names are Tega and Aisha. Their profiles are on our website, and they have really incredible, beautiful collections. You can look at who some of their collectors are. That their work is in some very prestigious hands. And as well as that, like even OpenSea account like follows our artists. They've really been in the game for quite a while, and they have really beautiful body of work. So the founder is actually the person who picked out all of us, noticed all of us in the ecosystem doing whatever it is we do. Like, I have a collective that supports artists called the African NFT Collective. You've got community managers, incredible artists and everything. She found us all and brought us all together as a team and united us under this banner of Monahano. So yeah, it's really awesome. And like, we're a very geographically dispersed team as well, but we're all united under this vision. So yeah, that's a little bit about our backgrounds.
Got it. And you're going to have to forgive my dogs in the background. Someone just walked by or something and they're freaking out. No, love that. That's awesome. Wanted to ask, and I'm glad that you mentioned how much of a Solana head you are, because that's kind of my next question is, obviously most projects launch on the Ethereum blockchain. We are starting to see some more chains kind of come up, specifically with art and things like that, and some collections. Solana being one that really got popular over the summer. It seemed like everyone was calling it Solana Summer. What was the reasoning for you guys to, launch on that chain? Is there any particular reason you chose that chain over, say, Ethereum?
Right. So, as I mentioned, our team is kind of like half mainly based in ETH, half mainly based in Sol. There are several reasons we launched on Sol. First of all, we love the spirit and the energy of the Solana ecosystem. I mean, I think you can see it from all the Solana like people on Twitter that you see, like the culture, the shit posting, the memes, the vibes, and the communities are really awesome and really vibrant, and we absolutely love that. As well as that, I think the innovation that you see out of Solana is really incredible too. What you see teams put together, and these are teams that are not heavily funded, right? Like, these are not teams that have raised like $10 million and like are building crazy things. These are teams that really, really are starting with like nothing or may have nothing, and they're building out really incredible platforms and really incredible utilities. And it's just so exciting to be in a blockchain that is still so early and is having so many of these fantastic things being built like live. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's also a real key part of it. I mean, we love the energy on Solana, we love the people, and we love the innovation. So those are really the huge reasons as to why we launched on Sol. As well as that, because Sol has, I know that the gas fees on ETH have lowered considerably from sort of this time last year, but still, I do think that Sol is a ecosystem that has a much lower barrier to entry, and I do think you get a very, very, very diverse range of people on Sol that brings about kind of a unique energy. I mean, if I'm in one of my Solana DAOs, like, you really do have all sorts of people. Like, you have people who work in software development, you have people who are working in like tech in Silicon Valley. Then you've got some like 16-year-old kid who's like asking you for help with his math homework whilst he's also making like really awesome plays and stuff like that and writing good alpha. And it's like really, really cool. So I love the diversity as well. So I think that's super awesome. So yeah, that was why we launched on Sol, really. And we think that energy and that vibrancy is something that really matches Monahano as well. So yeah, those are the reasons why.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. I love that exciting feeling. I mean, I was in this community, and I'm really hope that that's not too loud. Is that really loud in the background?
It's a little bit. It's okay. I can hear you very clearly, to be honest.
My dogs rug me all the time. I'm so sorry. But no, being early in the NFT space with, Polygon and even Ethereum, being here before Bored Ape Yacht Club even existed, I totally get that sense of like excitement and energy. It was completely different than it is now. And it does seem like Solana kind of captures a lot of that. My next question was going to be, getting back to the project itself. So can you explain to us a little bit more about what exactly the objective of the project is? Like, is this a game, that we're minting? Is this an asset? Is this a profile picture? Can you maybe give us a little rundown on what exactly, we're going to be minting?
Yeah, absolutely. So the core of Monahano is always the art and the community. That's always what we put at center focus, and that's what we put first. But beyond that as well, we do have sort of what I would say are 5 key functionalities and aims that we're delivering on. So first of all, we aim to bring about a kind of revolution in the literary world, and we're launching an NFT-backed novel franchise. So this is going to be a novel which will be in the large part written by the co-founder and writer, Miss Purple, but in fact will be written and created by the community and will be backed by the Monahano NFT. And the way this works is that basically holders own the IP of their NFT and their PFP, like they own it, they own the rights to that. And any use of their characters in the novel or in any other future collaborations that we have come about, they will be the ones to have the lion's share of the monetary benefit out of that, because that's an image that they own. So an example of how this will work is we also, outside of just the novel franchise, we also will have collaborations with brands and companies in Web2. So we do in fact have a collaboration with a pizza company that we've kind of just signed and that's in the works, and we're kind of introducing them to Web3. And if we use a Monahano character in that collaboration, if you own that NFT, you will be the one to kind of gain to get the lion's share of the monetary benefit out of that, as well as, of course, the DAO and the project as well. So we're kind of, as well as launching the novel franchise, we're kind of playing with this really cool IP layer and giving holders the opportunity to sort of really own their image and to build off of Monahano as much as they want to and as much as possible as well. The third functionality is that we're developing a creators hub, and this creator hub will springboard collaborations and creative careers for the community. As well as that, it also gives holders early exposure to up and coming talent and creators in the ecosystem. So we really think when you bring together artists and creators with fans, with supporters, with sort of people who are championing them and patrons as well. We think when you bring those two together, that's when the magic really happens. And that's what we're bringing together in our community with our Creators Hub. This hub will be led by a council. The council will be comprised of a mix of nominated community members and also external people in the world of art and culture. And so let's say, for example, you have an idea that you want to bring forward. Maybe you want to release like some art editions or something like that. You would come to the Creators Council and we would find a way to support you, also perhaps fund you a little bit. And as well as that, give the community early exposure to whatever it is you're releasing and to whatever art you're dropping as well. So yeah, that's a little bit about the Creators Hub. Beyond that, we have the Naha DAO. And so this is sort of the home of the Monahano community with its own DAO leadership. And, this is where holders will get, access to the perks and utilities that come along with Monahano. And then finally, we have the what we call the CAS wing, right? So this is Monahano offering creativity as a service to projects. And we're providing art, lore, and storytelling services to both projects and individuals in the ecosystem. And we have this really innovative stake to pay system. So we want this the CAS wing to be something that benefits the community and benefits holders. It's not just the project founders like pocketing funds. And this is a kind of stake to pay service whereby so let's say, for example, you would like some storytelling for your NFT character, right? We would say you would pay via owning a certain number of NFTs and locking them for 60 days. And that would be how you'd pay for those services. And we already have a couple of projects that we're in talks with right now for those services. And we do have a collaboration with, I'm not sure if you know ABC, the project on Soul, but we have a collaboration with one of their sub-DAOs, Hero DAO, to do the lore and storytelling and some artwork for them. So yeah, that those are the kind of the utilities of Monahano. But I don't want to get away from the sticking to the art and the community, because I think no matter what utility you're bringing about for your project or for your holders, you always have to keep the community in the center. So that's always our number one priority and focus is the Monahano community.
For sure. No, that's incredible. I'm a huge reader myself. So when I hear Web3 novel, I get really excited. That's something that excites me. And I love that the idea of the staking aspect of it. That's really unique. I've not heard of that. So I guess one thing that maybe I haven't, it's my fault completely for not emphasizing this, but this is a completely a female ran project, correct?
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Every single team member, including the artist, including the dev, are women. Yeah, it's a women-led project. And
I'm just curious. I know it kind of maybe gets a little like annoying to hear like people bring focus to it, but this specific profile picture collection, is it mostly female? Is it all females? Is it like half and half? What exactly is the artwork there when it comes to like, what's it based on?
Sure. Okay, so just to talk about the team a little bit more, like, I think it's super dope that we're a women-led project in tech and in NFTs. I think as well, like, we're such an incredible team in terms of our talents and experiences and the way we come together. So yeah, I think that's really incredible to see. So when it comes to the art, I'm really glad you brought that up. So I think, so when people see NFT art and they see that all the characters are male, nobody says, oh, this collection is only for men. Oh, this is only for men. Oh, women can't use this PFP. Like, we see women all across the ecosystem using male PFPs, and it's sort of considered neutral if we see a male PFP. But I think, sadly, what you see a lot of times is when you see a female PFP, people think, oh, this project is only for men, for women. Like, a man can't use this PFP. Oh, this project is just for the ladies. Like, it's niche. And we really, really wanted to change that and change that thinking that people have. So all the Monahano characters are female, but the Monahano collection and the Monahano community is one that's for everybody. And we want everybody to be able to rock the PFP. Like, if you like the art and you think it's really dope, then you resonate with the art, then, like, I think, yeah, rock the PFP. And we do have lots of really cool, a mixture of really awesome guys and girls in our community who both rock the PFP. And that's something that I really love about Monahano.
Yeah, for sure. I think too often does that. You're absolutely right. That is absolutely something that comes up. And yeah, no, I'm certainly not afraid to rock a female profile picture. But there are a lot of people that just seem to be very, odd. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because was curious on what kind of the style was there. Matter of fact, we just had a project that launched a few days ago, and it was supposed to be a male-female kind of 50-50, and then at the last second, they dropped all the females from it and just had the men, and people flipped out. So I'm glad someone's paying attention to it, at least on your side. So that's awesome. Well, one thing that I always like to talk about and ask is kind of like your partnerships and some communities that you're in, projects that you guys are working with. Is there any that kind of stand out that's going to help you guys moving forward?
Yeah, I'm really glad to talk about the partnerships. I think we stand out compared to a lot of projects in that we actually really wanted to prove ourselves pre-mint, and we actually have secured a lot of partnerships pre-mint. So it's really, really great to be in this AMA with MVHQ. First of all, I'll say that. Second of all, another an ETH community that we have a really strong partnership with is World of Alpha. I'm not sure if you know them,
Sure.
but Yeah, so we actually are in an official partnership with World of Alpha, and this has been like us working together, doing AMAs. We also did a Solana workshop for their community, and as well as that, we have an art partnership with them. So in the Monahano collection, we actually have a World of Alpha trait, and it's a skin trait based on their logo. It's a really, really dope. Maybe I'll send like an image to it in the Discord after, or a couple might come up in mint. It's like quite a rare trait. So they've been really awesome to work with, and it's really great to have this sort of like multi-chain community in the project. So that's been really awesome. We also have a collaboration with Elixir on Solana to be part of their ecosystem, and also to have our pools on their network. So that's super awesome. Another community we have a collaboration with, as I mentioned before, is ABC. I'm not sure if any of you, I'm sure you've heard of ABC. It's like HG's project. I mean, so yeah, we've got a collaboration with the ABC community to produce artwork, storytelling and lore for one of their sub DAOs called Hero DAO. And just to tell you a little bit about Hero DAO, they're really into writing and storytelling and creating stories around their heroes' characters. So we approached them, and yeah, it's really, really awesome getting to work with them and to produce their lore and storytelling for their characters. Another group that we have partnership with is Savannah. Savannah is a sort of how do I describe it? It's like a kind of pixel metaverse kind of world where communities can congregate and meet. And we have the Monahano characters in the Savannah world as non-playable characters. So like the kind of, characters that you'll go up to and ask for info and things like that in the Savannah world. So that's super awesome. We also have a partnership with a pizza company, as I mentioned before. That's a deal that we recently kind of finalizing. And that is to bring them into the Web3 world, and also to offer amazing perks to our Monahano holders as well. So yeah, those are some of the partnerships that we have currently. And we're really, really excited to just work with more projects and connect with more communities. So yeah, that I'd say that's kind of a little rundown.
Excellent. And you don't have to tell me who the pizza company is, but where would they be based?
Okay, no, they're based in Nigeria actually. So they're not. I don't think you would have heard of them, but they're one of the top pizza places in the capital city. It's called Gourmet Pizza Company. You can see them on our white paper, like their logo is there. So it's not a secret. And yeah, so the thing is, I think a lot of NFT projects, so many of the perks are always US based. Like I'm based in the UK. I'm a holder of so many projects that I cannot access like thousands and thousands of dollars of perks because they're always in the US. So we're really excited to be able to offer perks and benefits to a really, really global NFT community. So yeah, they're based in Nigeria.
I know. I sat in on I hosted an AMA with the ARC community that just started up. And it's all Asian focused, and that's exactly what their thing was. Is they said, so many of these projects are very U.S. based focused, U.S. Minded. That when we're having our game nights or white lists or whatever, it's 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning in other countries. So it's not super accessible. So I love that. That's awesome. I think that is needed more in this space. That's awesome. So I guess, and this is kind of a leading question because I do have some notes that were given to me about the project beforehand. So I know some things that people won't know. What if someone out there is, an artist or, a writer or, just an overall, wants to get involved in a community, how would they go about joining you guys? Is that something that you guys are open to right now? What's the process there?
Sure. So the best way is to get our NFT and do the Matrika verification and join the Discord. And then there you'll be a part of our sort of holders chat. And we're actually launching our Creative Council nomination soon. So you'll get to be a part of that. As well as that, we're also exposing the holders to some of the opportunities we get from our CAS wing. So to do the jobs on the CAS wing, it's not only going to be the Monahano leadership team that do those jobs. We're also reaching out to our community as well and giving them opportunities to do that work as well and be paid for it, of course. So yeah, the best way to do that is to get our NFT and join our Discord, or just join our Discord first and then, get our NFT afterwards. And yeah, we'd love to see you in the community and be part of Monahano.
Awesome. Well, we can go ahead. I'm not seeing any questions in the guest questions area. So I usually like to reserve this time to kind of wind down, but I want to make sure you guys or sorry, I keep saying you guys. That is a absolute Midwestern U.S. thing. You all, you ladies, I want to make sure I give you guys, my God, I did it again, to give you all the opportunity to maybe brush up on something that we didn't talk about that you were really excited about for the project that maybe we didn't go over, or talk maybe kind of give us a quick summary for anyone that has kind of stuck through this, or maybe skip to the end to try to figure out what's going on. So maybe just either one of those would be great, and we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Sure. So I just wanted to touch again on our CAS wing, our creativity as a service wing. I think a lot of times when people are starting something like a project or a personal, like it could be a personal project or a larger project, they're not always sure where to go in order to look, even for like support and consultation and someone to talk to. So we're really, really excited to be launching that. And you'll see announcements coming from us soon about how it all works. And we're also very excited about our sort of stake to pay service. We think it's really important that the benefit of what we do goes back to holders and back to the community. And that's the best way we think to do that. So yeah, super excited about that launching soon. And it's really been really great to talk to you. I really, really enjoyed it. I think we've talked about most of the main points of the project. So I'll just highlight again that we are minting still on Hyperspace. And yeah, it's interesting building in the bear, because I think the projects you see stick around are the ones who are actually serious about building something substantive and are not just here for a sort of like hit and run cash grab. And yeah, it's been really great to connect to all the community here. And I hope to see you guys in the Monahano Discord.
Absolutely. Yeah. And guys, if you're listening to this after the fact, please check them out. They mentioned hyperspace.xyz is where you can find the project. I believe it's minting for 1 SOL, so not too bad at all. And yeah, if you really want to be locked in on a storytelling, story-driven, kind of community, this looks like the one. Love the things that y'all are doing. So again, thank you so much for your time and answering these questions. We really, really appreciate it, and appreciate this partnership as well.
Thanks for having us. It's a pleasure. I'll just highlight that the mint link can be found on our Twitter. If you go to our Twitter, you won't be able to miss it. And the mint price is actually 0.49 SOL. So yeah, just wanted to highlight that. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a good evening. And thanks everybody for listening. It's been a real pleasure to connect to the community here.